Passes it off to the corner. That's the hot corner they've been passing it towards. Seats drives in. Back out to Miller. Miller tries for the inside pass. Nope, tipped away. And here comes San Bernardino. A short jumper missed and wrestled out of the key. Back the other way. Miller inside, great inside pass for Chapman. 19-17, 13:23 left on the clock here in the first half. Mid-range jumper, no good. Lining up, Thompson for three, sinks it. Miller to the corner, Thompson drives in, and it's good for two. And that will be a whistle and a timeout called by, that would be San Bernardino Valley. So we'll step away for just a moment, and we'll see you in just a few seconds. And after the short timeout,
check.
San Bernardino Valley will bring it down the court. Pendarvis passes it off. That's Hannick in for two as he drives in on the outside part of the key. Miller bringing it down the court, passes over the top all the way up, and the big man is not able to handle it. That was Cole Cummings, who just come in off the switch.
I like the Jets with the over the top, kind of the long ball in soccer attack here by Miramar. They're trying to catch San Bernardino Valley off guard. Working pretty good so far, only down by one to one of the top teams in the state.
Miller passes it into Lopez. Dribbles in, and there's going to be a quick travel. Yeah, he took that little jump step. That's not going to work very well.
Little shuffle.
And that will turn the ball over quickly to San Bernardino Valley as the referees get things sorted out on the side. Pendarvis at the top of the key. Passes it off, and it's passed all the way around. Hannick tries to send it back to the top where the free throw line would be. We're just going to send it all the way around now for three. Thompson, that's good for the second time. And he lets loose twice, and that's not twice in a row by no means, but his last two shots have been good from the three-point range. Now Miramar trying to find an opening, not able to do it, and here comes San Bernardino driving all the way inside, and then fouled was Zemi, as he was not able to keep a handle on the ball because he was fouled. Foul was called eventually by the referee on Edgar Lopez. Coming in from the baseline, San Bernardino trying to find an opening. They're playing tight defense for the throw-in. Zemi slowing things down as his point guard can figure things out. Pendarvis passes it back off again. Here we go. The 15-footer, good for Thompson. He's been money with the jump shot so far. And here comes Miramar, passing around to the top. Dribbling inside, passes it back again. Lopez looking for space, and he gets the inside pass all the way back out to Miller. Miller doesn't go anywhere with it, and they're going to call something. Scores table trying to figure out some fouls here. San Bernardino passing around the top. Miller's got the ball, passes it back inside. Zemi drives in, passes it off, and then eventually Cameron Butler was fouled as he ran in. No shot up, so it will just go to the baseline for a throw-in. And if I was San Bernardino Valley, let me tell you, I would be feeding the basketball to Thompson, finding a way to get him in open space, because Miller has had 0 answers for him, and there's going to be another whistle blown. And it's going to be against Miramar again for a grab. And there we go again, headed to the baseline. 11 seconds on the shot clock. They're going to reset to 20. 11:05 here left in the first half. Ball goes back around. Azemi to the corner. Nathan Pendarvis. Azemi looking for Thompson. Thompson getting some words from his coach. Azemi driving inside. Tries to find the outside pass to the corner for 3. Nope. It's going to be in there for 3. Eric Hennick with the 3-point basket. Miller backing around, driving inside. No, going to pass it out. Gaddy tried to pass it in to Jalen Hinson, but Hinson not able to keep the handle on it, and there's a whistle for some sort of incidental contact, or non-incidental, depending on your point of view in the play. Nonetheless, a foul and goes to the baseline.
Well, for much of this first half, the Jets were in control, but San Bernardino, you can see how deadly they are in terms of getting out to a lead quickly. It was, I believe it was 21-19 at one point. Now they have a 9-point lead at 30-21, 10:33 to go.
Well, I mean, they got the ball to Thompson 3 times, and he was going 3-3 and then 15-foot jump shot.
Yep.
That's how you get ahead. Miramar trying to find some sort of space. Miller keeps the ball in his side of the court, trying to pass it off. Nope, it's going to be deflected and moved away. Driving down the court. Again, just the ball going back and forth.
Gaddy brings it up.
Miller driving inside, passes it outside. The mid-range jumper in and good.
Shooter's roll there for Blake Seitz.
He's definitely got the size, and he can just kind of jump up and over any defender trying to put a lock on him. And there's quite a mismatch in height out there on the court right now.
There's a great feel for the game, and just really no answer down low. You have to bring the quick double and get it out of Thompson's hands.
Here comes Miller at the top of the key, moving to his right. Passes it back off, and there's the long-range jumper that we watched all day yesterday, but it was out. Pendarvis at the top. And no Thompson on the court here. Switched him out for a little bit of a bigger arsenal. And Hannock trying to find some space to shoot, and he's not able to do it. But here comes
Silva.
Yeah, Silva. And that was too easy for Miramar.
Yeah, Silva needs to do a better job of getting back. That's the second time Cummings has had an opportunity at the rim in transition like that. And obviously a focal point, a huge one for the Jets if they're going to stay into it. Down by 9 right now, 8:55 to go in the first half.
Some passing over the top of the key, and then just eventually a bad pass by Hannock. Miller passes the long pass to Gaddy, in and out, no good.
Good look there for Gaddy.
Yeah, he had his feet set. He just ultimately the finish was off. Pendarvis will continue to be the main man at the top here for San Bernardino, looking for his pass. This unit, you're expecting them to try and get the ball inside. I mean, look at the size you got there at the top of the key. Pendarvis driving inside, chooses to go back, and for 3, no good. Ultimately, a bad shot for Hannock. I mean, he's had a couple bad looks here in the last 3 possessions or so. And coach is quick to make his substitution for Thompson. I think Thompson's the hot hand to have on the court here for San Bernardino. Here we go for Hagood, who's just trying to do his own work on the inside, and how can you help but not foul the man? He's way taller than anybody else on the court, and they're just trying to do their best to stop the ball from going towards the basket. Free throw percentage at 54%. So about half the time, and he's good on the first one. Making their lead 10 now. And you can figure with Thompson on the court, they'll have a considerable amount of shooting space available, and as he goes 2 for 2. .758 left here in the first half. Miller passes it off. They're in the corner. Trying to find some space. Miller, nice little dump pass right there to Cummings. He was just able to step in, and there was nobody in the way. Nathan Pendarvis at the top again. Here's Thompson. So dangerous from that three-point line. Back across the court. He's now to my right side. Driving inside, trying to find the alley-oop, and he does. What a great play. Cameron Butler there to finish. Our main man, Mike Cepeda, back into our booth. We're kind of in a limbo here for the third game of the day, and three-point basket made by Artis Chapman for Miramar. Cuts it to an 8-point deficit. San Bernardino, you got the ball at the top of the key for 3 points, no good. Semi shot a little bit rushed, and there's the foul on Hagood. Excuse me, that was Felix Jen at the top of the key for, excuse me. That was Roman Silva on that side. He was no good, and I did lie. His free throw percentage is actually a lot higher than I said. It was 65.9 as he misses, but he went 2 for 2 before. Driving inside, wow, stuffed away by good for Gaddy as he's able to pass it off to Miller. Miller goes for the outside pass, and there's a whistle. And a foul against, predictably, Miramar. Excuse me, against San Bernardino Valley. It's for a reach. That'll send Cole Cummings to the line. 73.3 from the free throw line as of yesterday. Free throw out and no good. Both teams in the single bonus. 10-point deficit here for Miramar as San Bernardino trying to find a way to make this lead a lot bigger. Eventual turnover leads to another opportunity. Haven't been able to take advantage of the opportunities they've been given. Miller driving in on the right side, passes it off, and that's tipped away. That's a great job by Pendarvis to reach his hand out and get the ball out of bounds. 23 seconds on the shot clock. 5:48 left here in the first half.
A little bonus coverage here of the Cleat Adelman Classic, courtesy of Emery Johnson.
Oh, and just a beautiful pass inside. There was no way to defend it. For Miramar, their next step going into halftime needs to be recouping on defense and figuring out how to stop Thompson and the big man up front here in Silva.
Silva just having too much success down low, and that's a travel.
Yeah, they're going to call the travel, but on the last possession, it's just too easy to foul him because he's so much bigger than almost everyone else on the court.
Well, the thing that you have to do is you have to work early in the shot clock in terms of defensive positioning. Right now, Miramar not doing a good job of that. They're doing a pretty good job of executing their stuff. Shots aren't falling, but obviously the Miramar, they're going to have to adjust.
Miller from three-point range sinks it.
Obviously, don't mind that shot right there. If you're going to give him that type of space, he's demonstrated the ability to hit that shot, and he makes good on it. 5-point deficit.
All the way up to the top. Zemi trying to find an inside pass. There's nothing there at the moment. Back to his Zemi and no good.
Azimi, excuse me. I was just corrected by one of the coaches.
I do not want to say that wrong. 4:41. Going towards the middle, driving inside, trying to do a little bit by himself, but does not. He dumps it off, and now we're at the very top. Cummings, no good.
That was Seitz.
Oh, Seitz.
23-24, it's understandable. That's a great find.
Ultimately, again, what you're saying, Mike, just not able to capitalize
you have
on good shots up.
Two pretty good, no resistance defensively at the other end. That can't happen as Azimi hits this one out of bounds.
Yeah, no, that's just, again, you're looking at those small little things, that extra turnover and that extra missed shot that's really resulting in the 7 points that they're missing here, and that can be found easily in the second half, given a little reprieve in it. Here the coach is going to have a chance to talk to them. We're going to step away for just a moment. You're watching basketball coverage on SoCal College Sports. After the 1 minute timeout, we're back here.
Miracosta College.
Oh, yeah, back here at Miracosta College. As Miller takes it up at the top of the key. You can only assume the words from the coaches at Miramar are, you have to finish your shots and be smart about giving the ball away, and they do not execute that game plan.
Yeah, Nick Gaylor can't be happy about that possession right there. Miller overcommits and then picks up his dribble as a point guard. Maintain your dribble back out and reset the offense, and does a poor job that time. It's a turnover. 7-point advantage for the Wolverines and a chance to add to it here.
Pendarvis on the left side, driving towards the middle, and Miller all the way there with him, but dumps it off for a good three look, and that was Devontae Carrier sinking it and making it a 10-point lead once again. Miramar had a chance, but they just ended up conceding that two-pointer and a three-pointer. From the corner, deep three, no good. But that was a very good look for Chapman. Darvis inside. Can he get the two? And yes, he does off the glass.
That's a tough shot.
Especially coming in full speed like that. And the passing, again, just so predictable. And San Bernardino Valley is just shooting it down. We have Thompson coming onto the court here for Azimi.
And just
excuse me, not Azimi.
Yeah, Azimi's on.
Yeah, excuse me, Pendarvis. Nathan Pendarvis is off. Get some rest for that second half, possibly.
Thompson back into the mix here for the Wolverines. Right away.
Thompson.
That's a moving pick.
And they're going to see that immediately. And
Carrier's going to get a whistle. That's a good call.
He's got his mouth open. Go, that wasn't me, but.
Yeah, he gave you the Pikachu face.
No, we saw it.
2:46 and counting here in the first half, and the Wolverines firmly in control.
From deep, no good, and that was
Blake Seitz.
Yeah, Blake Seitz. I really got to fix that. Seitz Cummings. Two different players.
That's all right. Similar numbers though, only separated by the slimmest of margins. One's 23, one's 24. Blake Seitz. Not out of his range for sure, but at this point, down by 12 in double digits, you need something to spark the run.
Oh, Thompson. That was a great look, not able to finish it, and a little bit of contact up there, but I don't think it was enough to draw the foul. Nonetheless, driving inside, and the pass is away. That was Chapman trying to find seats, but ultimately no good at the end of the whole ordeal.
Azimi does a good job of anticipating where that ball is going to go. He knows that they're trying to find sites.
I mean, they almost look like football cornerbacks, just kind of reading exactly
Agreed.
where the quarterback's going with the football, and it's in the same regard. They're just batting it away.
You can't leave him open.
Yeah, Miller with way too good of a look, but he ultimately misses. And Nara for the 15-footer, no good as well, and they're going to call what looks to be a foul on what could have been a jump ball had he gone in a little bit smoother, but
foul going to be called against Denherter.
Initiating the 1-and-1.
Well, coming up after this, it'll be San Diego sitting L.A. Pierce on SoCalCollegeSports.com. And for anybody that's watching right now, you can watch us on our YouTube channel. You have a YouTube-enabled device, meaning you got a smartphone, you got a tablet, PC, you have a personal computer. We're on YouTube. Got an Apple TV, got a Roku, got a PS4. There are a lot of those out there. Xbox. YouTube app, SoCal College Sports 1. Catch this game live and on the archived copy.
Hannock 1 for 2 from the line as Miramar comes down the court, and that was a wide-open look for Chapman, and he was not able to capitalize on it as Azimi shoots from just in front of the three-point line, but not able to score either. But that's okay. Resets the shot clock, and we're back to 23. 1:14 left to go here in the first half. 48-35. San Bernardino leads it, and from three, no good for Hannock.
You know, Denherter's whistled for a foul on the other end. He's boxing out there. And reaching over him is Cameron Butler. Nick Gaylor not happy with the no call down low. Call it on both ends. I agree with him.
53 seconds to go, 16 on the shot clock. Hannock from our left side. Puts it back to Azimi. Azimi trying to find an open pass. And the defense is looking pretty decent here for Miramar, and there's going to be a foul called as that was just too much of an overextension by Ryan Nara. He gets his hand over the top. We'll see who eventually gets the call.
Two things. Referees missed the call on Denherter getting over the back by Carrier. And then it's Carrier again. He's in the key for about 20 seconds. You're only allowed 3 seconds in there. So, you know, a little questionable here in terms of the calls not going in favor of the Jets. And,
yeah,
you know, I'd be frustrated too. You're down 13. You were in it early, and you're going to have to find some hot shooting in the second half to get back into it because San Bernardino, they're going to make you pay with their brand of basketball. Quincy Brewer always does a fantastic job coaching up defense, coaching up physicality, and really making you work, and they want to create a frenetic pace. They've been able to do that, generate some turnovers, and we see it, the benefits on the scoreboard for San Bernardino, up 13 double digits right now.
Devontae Carrier 1 for 2 on the free throw line. 49-35, 35 seconds left on the clock here. 24 on the shot clock, driving in way too open, and there's going to be a foul called. Give me and one for Ryan Nara. And you're going to see a plea case here from Cameron Butler, but he's not going to get that call from the referee.
Yeah, not entirely sure what Cameron Butler wants. I don't know if he's playing for the block. He bodies him up, and that's just incredibly poor defense from Butler. Move your feet laterally. He should that Nara should not be able to beat him to that spot,
especially because of how much bigger he is. Meanwhile, Butler able to do some sort of
a little sense of redemption on the other end for Cameron.
And some quick passing here from Miramar. This is what I think they actually should be doing.
Nara
all of a sudden heating up here late in this first half as we have 9 seconds left on the clock, possibly the last play of the game. Pass wide open here for three. Good shot from Hannock. Last shot, no good for Miller, but that was better in my opinion here for Miramar. It's showing a little bit of life going into halftime, and we're going to see this on the replay.
Final replay here. It's Hansik fires from deep.
That's a beautiful shot.
Go in at the half.
Boom.
54-41. Wolverines in firm control.
And welcome everybody to the second half of our game tonight, or this afternoon, San Diego Miramar versus San Bernardino Valley College, as San Bernardino is set to take it from the side here in the second half. Passing over the top from San Bernardino, looking for an opening to shoot, but like we were talking about before the halftime,
Travel.
you can imagine that Miramar wasn't talking about defense necessarily. They're talking about picking up the pace of their game and establishing on opportunities to score.
Well, the shooting's going to come. The shots are going to come. The big question is, how do you get it out of the hands of the big man in the middle?
That's true.
And the big man, Roman Silva, does him a favor. He comes over and gets a block here on Chapman. But nice perseverance there from Artis Chapman, Florida native, scoring well here. Down to 11 is a deficit for the Jets. But getting back to the discussion at halftime, or what likely was a discussion, Miramar, they got to stop what's going on in the middle. Near travel there.
Not Lopez. That was
Damani Washington.
Yep.
Nice spin move in the middle from Lusinger High School. If that name sounds familiar. Ooh,
three-point basket made by Chapman.
Well, it's a five points, all courtesy of Artis Chapman here in the second half for Miramar. And, well, talking about Damani Washington from Lusinger High School. Same high school for Russell Westbrook.
So 10-point deficit here, 18:40 left in the second half. Pendarvis looking for a pass. Again, the defense has been pretty good here for Miramar as they get another turnover, and this is how they're going to start accumulating points back in this deficit chase here. Along the outside, that's Den Herder.
Yeah, Den Herder to Cummings. Cummings misses from the short corner. They needed one more pass. They had Blake Seitz in the corner for a wide open three, and that's what they need more of to get back into it. Down double digits here early second half.
Yeah, that short corner was contested as he dove in towards that side. It was not a very good look for a shot. Regardless, an alley-oop shot all the way in, and Kalon Williams, such a great job on just jumping up and over the rim.
That's a great set play, back screen here. The screen's not even there. That's just a great disguise play from the Wolverines and an easy bucket.
Back to a 12-point lead here for San Bernardino. And that was Chapman trying to dribble inside, and there's going to be a foul called.
Go against Hansick.
He's going to do his trot around the three-point line.
And Chapman feeling it here in the second half. He's got a bit of a hot hand. Should be baseline out of bounds. It will be.
Yeah, I didn't think there was going to be a shot on him.
No, not on the shot. Definitely on the drive. Set play coming, looking for sides. So they got Cummings in behind the big man.
Yep. Miller had the right pass, but Cummings just not able to finish. And we get that short three-pointer.
That's going to
no
be a
good.
Clear out on Silva.
Yeah.
Whistled for the foul.
Hannick just not able to connect. That's twice now, and we saw his switch was with Thompson. Thompson was the man off the bench. So need to see how many fouls he has. I would not be surprised to see him come off the bench here early in the second half. 17:20 left to go.
Thompson with 2 fouls in the game right now, so something to monitor when he's back into the ballgame.
Miller driving inside, goes for the reverse, good for 2 points.
And that is a tough move. Miller just a gritty player. We saw it yesterday in the win over Antelope Valley.
Watch him walk the fine line right there. Oh, so good.
Walking the tightrope, turnover.
Miramar with a chance to get some back, and there's the foul.
It's a great job by Den Herder. We'll see the replay here underneath, and Den Herder not shying away from contact. He's going into the defender. We'll see it one more time here, going into the defender to draw contact.
And that's a great job on just drawing the foul in general. I mean, let alone if the point goes. I mean, you're putting yourself in a position to get bumped as you're going up towards the rim. And he's good for one.
Devontae Carrier doesn't do a good job of really avoiding the contact there. Den Herder feasting on the position for Carrier, and
because you could look at it in a way, if you just step off and don't bother trying to make contact, he ends up diving face first into the stands on the other side. think twice about doing that again. However, 1 for 2 here. Missed second free throw.
But the deficit in the single digits for the Jets.
That's true.
Silva's got to get out of the key. There he goes.
9-point deficit here. Passing around, Pendarvis at the top, driving inside, finds his outside pass. Washington all the way up and good.
Washington above the rim. It's such a luxury having a big guy like Roman Silva down low. Really clears it out, and when you start to front him and he sinks down low, clears out the defense. You get a wide open driving lane for Washington, and he's able to score.
Now Thompson is on the floor here for San Bernardino. They're looking for more shooting help as opposed to defensive help, and they're going to call a block against Silva, and he just had himself right in the way of driving Seats.
Well, Silva just can't get out of the way fast enough.
So that's going to draw the foul, and we'll have 2 shots up for Seats. (60-49). Again, 11-point deficit here for Miramar as they even it up to 10 points.
Third foul on Silva, so another player to keep an eye on and monitor.
And now you have Washington coming off and
Butler on.
Yep.
No, Washington stays on. Silva off.
Oh.
Butler on.
Thanks for the correction, but 2 for 2 here, 51-60, back to that 9-point deficit. Miramar playing with a lot more energy here with 15:57 left to go. Still have to play defense, though. To the corner, 4-3, no good.
That's a great closeout by Seitz. Really alters that shot. Now, chance to cut into the lead even further. Got to find Blake Seitz. Got to get him going offensively. That's not going to do it.
No, bad dribbling through the key, and back pass coming up. 2-point basket is good. Washington.
It's essentially a 5-point switch. You have Seitz available in the corner.
Oh, and they go for the reverse, and Seitz not able to.
You can't get it up on the rim because it's blocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Jets.
And that's a good no call right there because you can see a lot of contact coming in as he was driving towards the rim, but nothing that would warrant any type of whistle. And we'll go to a timeout, and we'll step away for just a moment as well.
Full time.
And we're back after the brief timeout. Ooh, a little bit hot there on the microphone. Check that. Okay, now we're back. Apologize for almost killing all of you with the voice. As a long three-pointer, no good from Seats as San Bernardino Valley is going to bring it back here. Pendarvis over the top. That's Thompson into the corner. Butler looks for his pass inside. Washington driving in, goes for 2, and he does. Those short-range jumpers are just absolutely killing Miramar at this point. To the corner for 3, no good. Chapman not able to capitalize, but he's had a couple really good looks here so far in this second half. 14:47 left to go. Washington. Mid-range jumper, that's 17 feet, no good. Miller driving down, he's got 2-man to beat here. Chooses to pass outside. Nearly avoids a charging call as there's a pass that's picked off. Driving inside, up and no good. That was number 21, Pendarvis. Was unable to score from the corner for 3, no good. But rebounded by Miramar. Miller will slow things down after they reset the shot clock. And he is up and in for 2. And there's going to be a foul called. Give me the and 1. That'll be called against Cameron Butler. So switches here for San Bernardino as they want to sort some things out. Their roster. Miller in and out for the free throw, no good. As Pendarvis will take it up at the top of the key, at the halfway line, rather. Sorting out the traffic, trying to figure out where everyone wants to go. No inside passing as of right now. Thompson, 17-footer, good for 2. He is absolutely on fire tonight. Miramar's got to pick up that pace. They were so good at the end of the first half. Pass to the outside. It's Nara driving inside. He had some good plays early on. Tipped but picked off, and Miller not able to contain the ball, and it's going to be tipped out of bounds by San Bernardino, so Miramar will keep possession. Let's see if we could. I was going to ask for a replay, but I don't want it. Just want to see who is the last person to touch it. No, that's the right call. And there's going to be a whistle for too many seconds on the baseline. That'll be resulting in a turnover and a timeout here for Miramar as they have to get some things sorted. 13-point deficit, 13-18 left on the clock here in the second half. And we'll step away for just a moment, and we'll be right back. Back after the timeout, Miramar has to sort some things out. They are sticking in it, but it's been a little bit of a rough road here in the second half. You've seen signs of life and then signs of complete and utter distress. Whereas San Bernardino has continued to just chug along here, trying to get the ball out of the half court. They do. At the top, Azimi to be the point guard of everything as he hands it off to Washington, back to Azimi, dribbling across the top. Thompson with some good moves inside. Oh, so dangerous, and here comes Azimi for 3! Sinks it, and it's good. And that's a dagger. Any kind of game plan you have for Miramar has to be figured out here real quick as Miller drives inside. Tipped ball, it's out and loose. Here comes Azimi to Thompson. Thompson, one man to beat, comes up. No foul called. And a dunk, but no points, and that ball is on the ground. That's what the ref is calling. Let me get the replay on that because that drive inside was really good. They're going to call a wrap from Miramar. They'll clean up the court and get things all settled and ready to go as we get set to throw the ball in from the baseline. On for Cummings will be Chapman. trying to get some sort of point scoring going here for Miramar. Chapman very good in the second half. 12:33 left to go. Zimi looking for a pass from the line. Throws up and over to Thompson. Thompson with plenty of time, 23 seconds on the shot clock here. Passes to Zimi at the top. Inside pass. Hannick passes it inside to Washington. Washington, one dribble and up, reverse. 2 points on the board, 71-53. This is the biggest lead of the night. Nara not able to keep a handle on it as he was trying to go up. Wasn't sure if he wanted to shoot or pass. It looked like he passed out of bounds, just tipped. Miller will be the man to throw it in. Tall pass over the top, and Seats not able to keep the handle on it. Here comes Thompson down the side. Will he have enough room? Up and in. It's too easy here for San Bernardino. Things getting a little out of control. 20-point lead now. This is their biggest lead. Like I said, 11:53 here to go. Miller in the corner. Pass it all the way across the court. Back to the outside. Thought Chapman was going to shoot, but here comes Miller inside. Rejected. Shot clock at 4. And that's going to be a turnover. And no points scored, but the drive in by Butler was good enough to warrant a foul. Miramar doesn't have many fouls on the board as of right now, so they're not necessarily concerned about the 1-on-1. However, the 20-point lead is another thing to talk about. First free throw up and no good for Cameron Butler, who's shooting 61.1 from the free throw line. Thompson off the court. Placed by Pendarvis. Second free throw up and no good. Almost rebounded by Washington, but to no avail. Here comes Silva. Excuse me, Seats to Miller. Driving inside down the left side, no good. That was Hinson, but nowhere to go with the ball. He's just met by bodies in the way. Inside pass. Washington up. Oh, goes for the outside pass. He had his man misguided and ultimately just mishandled by Butler. They had the right ideas. .52, 20-point deficit. Can Miramar make some differences and some changes in their game plan here? From the corner all the way up for 2, and that was a great drive by Edgar Lopez. Let's watch that again. You see him come in from that right-hand side, and he's just going to drive in. Nobody in the way and just moves the ball around. Nobody could touch it. Great job. 55-73. There's a timeout on the floor, and we'll take one ourselves. Welcome to the jungle playing on the PA system. And that's exactly it. San Bernardino Valley making this the jungle for sure. A land of confusion for Miramar if you're trying to figure out an offensive and defensive scheme. And we're going to see another turnover. San Bernardino's drive not so good in the finishing touches there. And there's going to be a foul called and a push. So offensive foul called, turned over basketball, giving Miramar a chance to cut into this lead that they have been chasing. 73-55, 10:22 left on the clock here in the second half. Lopez, who had earlier driven in really well, passes it off as he drives in, had no shot on the basket. That was Hinson, who ultimately missed, and Washington called for a travel, well, double dribble. Was not able to get the shot up and gone. He's having a few words with his coach. He's going to be subbed off for Thompson. Little miscommunication. They thought he was going to have a chance to step off. Not enough time. Coach is not happy, regardless of the scoreline. And
let's be honest, coaches are never happy.
Never. In every sport, too.
That's a fact.
I will say, from my experience playing baseball, coaches are never happy. How about your experience, Mike, playing basketball at the upper divisions of sports?
They can always find something you did wrong in a win.
Yep. Never get complacent or happy, regardless of the scoreline. Pendarvis at the top, looking for his pass inside, and rejected. Butler thought he had a free shot up, and that was not the case because Seatson, ultimately, Chapman had other ideas and plans for that basketball. 9:38 left on the clock. Azimi driving inside and almost got away with a travel there. His steps between the dribble, tipped out of bounds. Pendarvis to throw in from the line, and passes ultimately up and no good. There was no time on the shot clock regardless. They had to get a shot up quickly. Driving inside for Miramar was Lopez, but a three-point basket made by Chapman, and he's the man that they need to keep feeding the ball because he's got the three-point range for Miramar. As Pendarvis will continue to take it up from the top of the key, passes it into inside. Azimi back to Hannock. Hannock all the way over to Thompson, and they're just going to go carousel all the way across, and ultimately no good on a finish from Pendarvis for three. Rebounded and picked up here by Miramar. Miramar looking to get something back here.
Plenty of time left considering the shooting ability at the disposal for the Jets. So, speaking of which, great find.
Three-point basket up and good. Edgar Lopez has been a little bit of a spark plug here for Miramar's lifeline.
Boy, he was a spark plug yesterday in the win over Antelope Valley. And by the numbers, nice move.
Oh, the putback was almost good, but not. Lopez on his own, passes it inside. Oh, and rejected. That was Cameron Butler who came over and said, no, thank you, please.
Gaddy. Yeah, and I'm surprised there's not a foul called there because it's Butler that comes over with the big swipe, but he gets a lot of the backside of Gaddy, so lucky to get away with that.
Hannock from three-point range, no good. Picked up by Miller.
Nice feed.
Oh, just mishandled. Chapman had a chance, and he's been so good today. That's definitely the kind of pass you want to see going his direction, because if he comes up with that, that's a two-point conversion, and you're looking at a 10-point deficit here with 7:34.
Everything was done well except for the receiving of that pass from Chapman. Unfortunately, because Miller had really threaded the needle.
Yeah.
Perfectly. Hansik will bring it back. You have to be aware of his shooting prowess.
Washington had a good look, but the pass was way too low, and it would be fair to say that Roman Silva did not have an easy chance of going down and trying to pick that up off the ground.
I don't understand. I'm not seeing what Washington's seeing down there. You got a guy who's 7 foot down low, dribble it out, give him a high pass.
Yeah.
His forte is not going low and getting the ball.
No, and if it is, he's not going to do it faster than somebody shorter than him.
Fact.
Miller working it around the outside. Lopez just mishandles, throws a long pass, but it's up into the corner. Driving in is Chapman. Chapman mishandles. It's tipped away. And here comes Washington looking to go up. Good for two. And that's going to make their lead a little bit bigger.
All that courtesy of Pendarvis.
And Cummings trying to find space. Here we go. Chapman for three. No good. And Washington will just hand it off. And they're going to slow the game down as much as possible. 6:32 left in the game. 20 on the shot clock. 61-75. And San Bernardino Valley holding on to a pretty commanding lead here. Silva back up to the top.
Commanding lead, but they're not out of the water yet. They have to
No.
get better with their execution. Not bad there.
And that's the difference between two passes. You pass that low, he might not come up with that. You pass it high, and he has all the advantages in the world.
Full timeout called here by the Wolverines. 6:11 to go. 77-61. The Wolverines in control.
After the timeout, Miramar will get the ball back. 6:10 left to play here. Miller at the top left side. He's at the very top now. Driving inside, trying to find a pass. Cummings dribbling inside. Back out. Lopez for three. Good. And that's the kind of shooting that they'll be needing here.
Look, get that kid the ball.
Absolutely.
He's done nothing but good things when he's found open from three. And if you're San Bernardino Valley, how about doing a better job of locating the shooter?
Yeah.
You're just begging for the Jets to steal another one.
Oh, Washington almost had a wide open look there. His feet weren't exactly set as he's driving in, trying to find somewhere to dribble the basketball, but there's a man on the floor. Long three-pointer, no good here from Pendarvis.
First off, that's a terrible offensive set from San Bernardino. No spacing, no movement off the ball. The big man is double-teamed. Look, free yourself up, and Damani Washington, for some reason, dribbling into the teeth of the defense.
Oh, just missed by Miller. He's a tad long there, but he had a wide open look. San Bernardino allowed a little bit of a mistake there, but 13-point lead here. They have to do something to protect it. Silva at the top of the key just dumps it off to Washington. Washington driving inside, spin move.
Travel.
That's a travel for sure.
I love that. Seitz is calling the travel. Can we see the replay on that camera? Seitz is calling the travel for the referee. We won't be able to see that here.
Oh, that's tough. Miramar trying to preserve some sort of clock. 4:42 left here in the half as Miller trying to find a pick, but
Nice
Two is
find.
no available. Cummings, just off the backboard.
It's blocked by Silva. Silva, nice job coming over. It's a great find. It's good offense, but it's just not there with the big man down low, and you have to find ways to get it down low. And
You're not going to stop that.
Nothing from the backside, no help. I think Cummings was expecting help, and an easy dunk
Roman
for Roman
Silva.
Silva. We'll see the replay. Good positioning.
From 3, no good. That was Seats just a little bit too antsy to get the ball off there. And here comes Washington for 2, and he's going to get the foul. Four minutes even. 64-75. Excuse me, 79. $15-point lead. Washington trying to close the door a little bit more as he goes 1 for 1. Now let's get 2. Two for 2 for Washington. He's been a good addition to the lineup as of right now.
Miller trying to preserve some clock. Lopez now with the ball.
Now that's the big issue, and you're going to start seeing the attempt to stop it. Oh, that was a great pass inside. He just wasn't able to handle it as they go all the way down the court.
Thompson.
Side to side, and Thompson, I mean, he's been great all game.
Yeah, some foul trouble early, but righted the ship.
Looking for that outside pass. Seats inside, no good. Tapped away. The defense has been so good by San Bernardino.
A rare mistake there from Seats, and he has to do a better job.
There's the foul again.
Excuse me, Sights.
Yeah.
Look, Sights on the outside, you need to shoot that 3. He was ready to shoot it. He bluffed at shooting it, and then he drives into a defense with a 7-footer in the middle. What are you doing?
Well, that will.
He's the best shooter in the gym. Fire at will.
We'll be seeing Washington to the line again. He's pretty darn good at it. If you look at the stat line, 75%. Not the best in the world, but
certainly somebody you don't mind at the stripe.
Definitely makes them, and you can assure yourself that he is making sure that his percentage goes up in this tournament.
Nice settled routine.
2 for 2.
Carries 2.
Yeah. 84-64. Excuse me, 85. Williams. And that's a 21-point lead here. 3:22.
Swell to 20+.
Yeah. But again, I mean, given a couple three-pointers, this game's not necessarily out of reach here for Miramar as long as they can preserve time on the clock.
I would say it's done.
Lopez, no good. Yeah, we're getting to that point. I never want to count anybody out.
Well, if it's not over yet, the grave has already been dug.
Yes.
That's for sure.
We're waiting to drop the casket, if you will.
There's some pallbearers on the floor right now. They're wearing blue jerseys.
From 19 feet, maybe? No, that was a pretty poor look. I think they're trying to do too much here for Chapman.
Yeah, Chapman pressing. See, there's a difference between assertion and pressing, and right there, Chapman pressing a little bit, backing out, get a better shot, have a better base when you're going up for 2. Fadeaway jumper, a long 2, didn't need it.
Cummings passes back to Chapman. Chapman trying to find space. Here we go. Miller from 3, no good off the rim.
No problem with that look. That's good offense.
Yeah. There's a lot of things from their game plan today that they should take into their next couple games coming forward.
Yeah, there's a lot of positive things that are going to come out of this game that they're going to lose by 20, but this is one of the best teams in the state of California in San Bernardino Valley. And I think Miramar is doing a good job of acquitting themselves, and they can play with anybody, but their margin for error isn't very good against a team in the category that San Bernardino Valley is, which is very good in 3C2A.
Yeah, absolutely.
They have to be hitting from 50, 60% from 3, and they just haven't had it here today. We'll see if we can get maybe some stats from Gus Solari. Yay.
Well, no good on the free throw.
Seitz is he's an 80+% free throw shooter on the year. That's somebody that you want at the stripe, and he misses on the front end of a 1-on-1.
85.9 as of yesterday. I'm not sure what the percentage is exactly now, but regardless, that's pretty impressive. ultimately a bad pass, but it's tipped away, and Pendarvis puts it up, no good. And it will be a turnover and ball going for Lopez.
See, there's nothing there. See, Lopez doesn't need he doesn't even need to dribble in.
No.
Let the defense relocate.
Yeah.
If they suck back, then that way he can just shoot a three. Here we go. He needs to be ready to shoot that pass.
2 minutes left on the clock. Lopez drives in, puts it out for Seitz. Seitz no good from the three-point line.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that shot. It's a good open look in rhythm. Seitz ready to shoot it. They just can't get the three ball to go. They really can't buy one from triple. I want to say they're 1 for their last 9.
Yeah, imagine now if they start scoring those three-pointers, this is a completely different ball game.
Absolutely.
And wow, what a great shot from
Kalon Williams with a long 2.
Like I like to say, the 19.5-foot line.
Well, you play for the Warriors, that's one of the worst shots in basketball.
And there's going to be a foul called against Miller as Pendarvis
obviously the
is
Jets
in.
visibly frustrated, but you know, the effort's been there. But man, this is a juggernaut of a team in San Bernardino.
I will be excited to see how this season plays out, given the circumstances. Will San Bernardino continue to be as excellent as they have been so far? I would assume yes. I mean, this team is so well coached, and the players are obviously high-level athletes, and that's the great thing about this junior college level is you have an opportunity to see a lot of these kids before they get to go to that next level and possibly the professional level of basketball.
There's a lot of talent here in the 3C2A, and you know it's just such a privilege to be able to showcase this here on SoCal College Sports. We'll have another one after this. It'll be San Diego City, state runner-up from a year ago, champion back in 2017. They will face L.A. Pierce. L.A. Pierce, a strong showing again from Max Edwards. Will go to battle. 6 p.m.
Let's talk about last year for a second. I mean, what a great championship that was. An awesome event to cover as Pendarvis drives in for 2 points. As I would say the casket is now moving down into the grave here. 1 minute to go. In and out for 3. That was actually a really good look there for Brandon Bell. And 55.2 left on the clock, and we're going to start seeing the foul game go into effect.
There will be no foul game. This is just a quick timeout called.
No. In that case, disregard my statement.
That's all right. You live and you learn. Trial and error, buddy. We appreciate you and everybody that has made this broadcast possible. John Gotti on camera for us. Father of Kobe Gotti. Gotti or Gotti, John? Gotti.
That'll be the 6th foul here for
John, the master child of Weeby Basketball. You can find them on YouTube. You can find us on YouTube, SoCal College Sports 1. Maybe one day work in tandem, do a couple more Miramar games. We'll figure that out.
It's always a pleasure to work with people we get to meet in this level of athletics. It's so personal.
That's travel.
Yeah, he's moving his feet after dribbling the ball. Dribble, jump, dribble, jump.
The whistles are very likely going to be swallowed too.
Yeah. We got 20 seconds left on the clock here as we go for the three-pointer, and that's good.
Guess who? Kobe Gotti.
$66-90, likely to be the very last scoreline you'll see in this game as we count down from 5 seconds here. And that will be your final score for tonight's game between San Bernardino and Miramar College. San Bernardino walks away with it, and they did a very good job. 90-67. I'm Emery Johnson alongside Mike Cepeda and Jeff Stoynoff working the 1s and 2s behind the scenes, and we thank you guys. We'll see you in just a few moments as San Diego gets ready to take on Pierce College. In just a few moments, I believe the tip-off time is 6 o'clock.
6 p.m.
If everything holds true. Once again, you're watching SoCal College Sports.